Yeah, good evening, guys. Welcome to Next Code. Can you hear me? Are we live? Yes, no. Are you guys there? Hello, guys. Good evening, guys. Okay, cool. I think like some of you might be having a delay, so that's why they still figure out this session today or not. Okay, guys. Yeah, welcome to Next Code. I am Gaurav, one of the chief instructor at Next Code, one of the chief member at Next Code. So we'll start with Java fundamental course. I think you all have gone through the course curriculum, what we are going to cover, and the pattern, and how like we'll be having attendance and all these things. I think you have all gone through. Right? Okay, guys. So yeah. So I will start with like maybe many of you missed the session yesterday. So I'll just start with a bit introduction about Network Code, why, what are like, we doing with all these sessions, and what's planned, right? Yeah. So guys, the first things which might comes in your mind, like why Network Code or what, why we are doing all these sessions, right? So I think yeah, and like some bit intro about me, like I'm having a 10 years experience in coding in Java, around 7 in Python, and I code in other languages also. Like I do shell scripting, databases, Linux, C++. C++ is not that much, but yeah, more towards Java and Python. Yeah. And we have a lot of other people like who are in the like front end domains, React, JavaScript, sort of technologies we know. And like it's around 10 years, like I was doing Java, and for Python it's 7 years on. Okay, so I think like maybe many of you already attended, like we have started all these sessions as a part of our maybe lockdown and corona things. We started Python sessions which were going on Zoom, but this time we thought of trying with YouTube Live. I know like yesterday it didn't go well with YouTube, but yeah, that's fine. We shifted to Zoom, and I today YouTube is thankfully working for us. Okay, so like why we are doing it free? Maybe like few people ask that's why we're doing it free or and all, right? So the reason is like we want people to get a quality knowledge. Like we know like you get a lot of resources. Quantity there is no problem. Like I would say in India, like the quantity, the number of engineers or the number of engineering college we have a quantity. Similarly, we have a quantity of resources also, right? We have a lot of colleges which are like generating a lot of engineers, but the problem is with the quality thing. Like we don't have that much quality in terms of engineers or education, and there we people sometimes lack. Like maybe like you also feel sometimes that we have also done 4 years of engineering, like 4 years, like if you are say from tier 3 college, and if the people who are in tier 1 college also spent 4 years, what was the difference? The difference somewhere, like we have people in say tier 3 college will also have same curriculum, but somewhere they lack in the quality of education which was being done. So we are trying to fill that gap with all these initiatives, and we know like we are in training institute we charge a lot, but like we want it to be free so people get a better knowledge. They are like they learn coding, they learn concepts, all things together, and that's why we have done many batches of Python, but now it's time for Java. Okay, guys. So yeah, I think like people have like many people who have already attended Python, they are also doing Java now. So guys, yeah, so just a very bit intro about maybe you guys, like what are you doing in this corona times, like just eating, sleeping, or you are doing some constructive things. Like even we also get some times because of this corona, that's why we were being able to start with this community, and it's growing very fast. Like in last 3 4 months we have like around 2000 members on Telegram and more than 2000 members on WhatsApp also. Yeah, guys. So maybe like which state you are, or like why do you want to maybe go with Java? Like what you're looking for in Java, or why do you want to learn Java? Because maybe you already know Python if you have done our course, or all maybe you have studied C, C++ or something. So just maybe one liner or something like why you want to go for Java, or from like maybe just an intro about you, like you are a student or a professional, or like from which state you are. Just a one line thing if you guys share. Okay, I'm guys waiting for your comments. Okay, yeah, that's good. And okay, so I think it's many people are working and few people want to use Java for AWS purpose. That's nice. Okay, many of you are working profession. That's good, right? Because even if you are a working professional, it's required, right? What would I say that these days technologies are changing very fast. It's not like earlier, right? People what earlier used to say either go for Java or go for .NET. It was like two domains, but these days technologies are evolving very fast, and you should keep upgrading yourself, even if you are from school or you are from college or you're from working, right? You should keep upgrading yourself. You should learn new technologies always. Okay, many of students at school, guys. So I think we'll start with Java. No, I don't want to take more time on introduction part. And yeah, and the one thing I would say, right, as a part of this course, right, what will be involved here, right, what all things will be there. So we'll having a, so there will be live sessions, right, plus there will be assignments, and there will be quiz, and there will be final exam. So I think we have planned for 8 days. So will be having these four things in this time. I think I will just zoom in this. Yeah, I think that's better now. And for this, you need attendance. Like you should go with attendance on daily basis, right? And yeah, assignments like we'll be having around daily one assignment. There will be around 7 assignments. Daily we'll having a quiz also. Like we'll posting 5 quiz question on daily basis from next session, which is tomorrow. There will be 5 quiz sessions daily, and there will be one final exam, right? And for assignments, we'll be using Google Classroom. It's very good. We'll be using Google Classroom. Google Classroom. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, we'll start with coding also today. I think many people who already attended. So this will be the normal format. And for attendance, guys, I can understand that maybe you missed 1 or 2 sessions. That's okay, right? 1 or 2 sessions would be fine. But yeah, if you miss more than that, it's not possible for us to give the certificate. For certificate, you should be regular with all the live sessions, right? You should go with all the live sessions. You should submit assignments. You should attend quiz, and yeah, you should go with final exam. You should pass this. And guys, what would I say, right? You should focus more towards learning. Like if you're giving final exam, don't go for say some way to find out how you can pass the exam or do cheating, because all these classes they are just for learning purpose. Like by passing the final exam, it's not some company's entrance exam which is going on, right? So you should focus on, you should, because you will also be get your results, you will also get your evaluate yourself, right? Because in case even if you don't pass the final exam, we'll have re-exam maybe with the next batch, but that's not an issue. Like anyhow, like once you get the concepts, basic things, you'll get certificates if you're regular with assignments and all. And with assignments are more focused towards learning coding. So in live sessions, we will also do coding, but the assignments will also be coding things, right? We'll have our custom assignments, which will be doing coding part, right? So in live sessions, we'll do both concepts and coding. Quiz will also cover both things. Guys, assignments, live sessions, and exams will be compulsory. Quiz, it's up to you guys, but I will recommend you to attend quiz also, because there are a lot of exams or interviews where you will get the similar kind of questions. This is recommended from our side. Okay, so let's go with the Java installation. I think many of you, if you are new to Java, let's see how the Java installation will work. The course duration will be, guys, it will be for 8 days, like it will be 8 sessions, and each session of 1.5 hours. And if you miss some session, or like uh, if you miss any sessions, then maybe we'll just like not you miss, like if we like yesterday it was not going well, or if we have scheduled the session like for today it's in only from 7 to 8, then in these kind of scenarios, like at last it will be 12 hours of course. That's the point. Recording will be there available on the YouTube. You can watch it anytime. Okay guys, so let's move on to the next segment, which is say Java. Okay, so guys, when we talk about Java, the next thing again comes in, right? You may already know other languages, but then why Java, right? Why Java? This is something which comes in our mind, right? Every time when you are, and you should always ask, right? If you are learning a new technology, don't just go and learn it because it's trending or it's free, right? You should always know that if it's you're going to add on something on your profile or not. So guys, Java is free. It's not just that we are teaching it free. Java as a software is also available for free. It's secure. Something with this. Yeah. It's secure. So if we talk about, right, in terms of security, like you will see large scale enterprise applications are developed in Java, and this is one of the main reasons, because it's very secure. It's robust, and we know, right, it's platform independent. So this, I think this is a buzzword which you have seen a lot of time. Write once, run anywhere, like this, right? It's a platform independent thing. Like, so what does it mean? That once you write a code, say in one platform, it will work in the other platform also. Okay, I'll just show you that how does it work, right? So let us suppose you have written your code, right? And this is your code which you have written. And there can be different OS or different architecture. So guys, there would be always two things. One will be OS. The other thing will be the underlying architecture, the hardware part, right? Yeah, okay. So this can be the thing. So there can be a OS, right? It can be, say, Windows, right? I'll just write, say, Win. There can be a MacOS, right? Apple. And there can be Linux, Ubuntu, all this, right? And when you write a code, all these will have their different underlying architecture or how these operating systems behave, right? So it's not that I can just write a plain code and it will work. We need something in between which can fill the gap. And where it comes the JRE thing. And JRE will be specific to the OS. So it's not that same JRE will work everywhere. It's specific to the OS thing, right? And guys, once you write your code, with the help of JRE, it will run on Windows. So on Windows, we will have a JRE specific to Windows. On Mac, we will have a JRE specific to Mac. And on Linux, we have a JRE specific to Linux. This is how these things work. And these things, all these JREs, they are platform independent. JREs are platform dependent, but your code, because of all these JREs, it's platform independent. Once you compile on one machine, you can run it in any machine. Okay, So I think this will be clear to all of you guys. So I have introduced few more keywords like JRE part here. So I will explain you this. So I guess I will share a few links with you guys for installation. So this link you can just use for download the Java part, right? So with the help of this link, you can just download Java 11 and like how to set up and all these are very nice instructions which are given by the Oracle only. It's very well written. All this installation, like how to install in Windows because you need to set some path and all. So I think you can just go through this documentation. They are very well written and you can get the installation done. Okay, guys. So I think one thing we'll just rename this page also. Okay. So I think so we'll discuss that what is like we introduce something like JRE, right? So what is JRE? Okay. So I'll just rename it to say JDK versus, I think yesterday we discussed, but yeah, I'm covering for the people who missed it. JRE versus Jvm. This is I wanted to discuss. This is we can save it. Yeah, this we can just rename to Y Java. Right. Okay. So I think these this is JDK. So we'll see these keywords also. What is JDK, what is JRE, and what is JVM. JVM is also a operating system specific. JVM lies inside JRE. Okay, I will just show you. So how it will look like. So guys, you will have JVM. And above this you will have JRE. And above this you will have JDK. So what does it mean, right? So JDK means Java Development Kit. It is Java Development Kit. Okay, so JDK will also have JRE, and along with JRE, what it will have? It will have debugger, compiler also, right? Along with JVM, JRE will have code optimizer and all also, right? Yeah. So, and if we see the full forms of JRE, right? JRE is Java Runtime Environment. And guys, what is JVM? JVM is Java Virtual Machine. I think these are basic concepts. So from tomorrow we'll be more focused towards programming. But yeah, these are also important to know because these questions are asked by people in interviews also. Okay, so so we know the full form, but yeah, I think I would say, right, full form doesn't work. If you just give a full form, it doesn't work in the interviews also. So guys, yeah. So what is JDK? JDK is a Java development kit. So if you are a developer, if you are a coder, you will use JDK because you will get compiler also, you will get debugger also because you have to compile your code and then work. But if you are just a user, like an end user, so you create a software or you give it to some user like this, right? All these things comes in. Or like you don't know Java, but you are just using Java softwares. So for this, we need always JRE. This is always required if you are running to run Java programs. If you are running any Java program, this is always required. We should always have the JRE thing. If you want to run, if you want to code, then you need JDK. If you don't want to code, you just want to use Java written applications, you just need JRE. What is JVM? JVM is a Java virtual machine. So guys, whenever our code is compiled, right, it's executed inside JVM. So whatever your bytecode is there, it's executed inside JVM. I think this is clear to you guys. I will just show you a very basic flow also that how these things work. So guys, normally what I have, like let us suppose we have written code, right? If we return a code, so Java code we return in .java file. The Java code will always be in .java file. So guys, after this you compile your code. And for compilation, we have a javac command. So if you are using IDE, you will not go with this command. Otherwise, we use javac command to compile this code. And guys, once we compile this code, it generates bytecode, right? It's kind of a machine level or intermediate code. And then it comes to, right? And during compilation, there will be other things like syntax check and all these things would be there, right? And once the bytecode is done, right, we have a code optimizer and other things like code optimization and all. And after this, it will finally execute in Jvm. So this is how normally it works. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So this is normal flow which we'll normally see for any Java code. Okay. So I think we are good here. So we got a basic of. So guys, okay. So what you need to do today also, right? If you don't have Java installed on your machine, install Java also, and we'll be coding mainly in Eclipse. So we'll be using Eclipse IDE for this course. So also install Eclipse IDE if you want. We'll just give you the URL for this. Right? Yeah, normally JIT, right? It's just-in-time compiler. It's to have a better optimization. Like if you want your code to be faster, so this kind of optimization, it's done with the help of JIT. Yeah. So we'll be using Eclipse IDE. You can install this also. So I think as today's assignment, all of you have to install Eclipse also, and you have to install Java also. And you should start like coding with Java. Okay. So I think this is just like basic things that I wanted to cover. So now we'll guys move on to the Eclipse part. So let's see how the Eclipse work and how it will go. So for today's assignment, we'll see some coding problem also, and this is the one assignment which we have is to install Eclipse also and to install Java also. Guys, installation links, these installation links you can use, right? These are the links which you can use. For Eclipse, we will also share. We'll just add it in the description for the video. All these links also there. Maybe I will just zoom this. These are the links and we'll share. Don't worry. These are the instructions you will see for the like how to install for Windows, Linux, OS. And from here you can just download the Java 11. It might ask you like Oracle asks you normally to sign in also, but that should be fine. You can use guys like I am for like. You can use IntelliJ also if you want for the purpose of coding. IntelliJ is also IDE. But in this class, we'll be using Eclipse because Eclipse is good for beginner or intermediate level. Because it gives you can use IntelliJ, you can use Eclipse, anything is fine. Like we just want you to code in Java. Even if you do in basic notepad files, that also fine, but that makes your job tough. Because IDE, like what's the role of IDE? It's an integrated development environment. Like many people, if you don't know, what does it mean? Like you don't need to go and do everything again and again on your. It's fast your development. So people don't like write in notepad files and all in industries also, right? They use some IDE because it's easier work and it's speed up the process of because it's coding is like computer science is not just about hard work. It's more about smart work. NetBeans, guys, I personally don't recommend because NetBeans is very heavy software. I don't know why it loads lot of things. Personally, I would say no to NetBeans, and I have never seen any company or any industry who is using NetBeans. It's not used anywhere, guys. Don't go with NetBeans. It's not recommended. Personally, I will not recommend NetBeans. It's very heavy software, unnecessary. I'm not sure why it's there, but personally, I don't recommend NetBeans. Eclipse is good. IntelliJ is also good, but NetBeans, no. You can use Visual Studio if you want to code, or you can use Atom also. That's fine. But unless or until you are coding in Java, we are good, guys. But sessions you will see Eclipse, but that should not matter because it's just the ID. So you can go with anything. Like I will not force any ID on you. Like you can use anything whichever. Okay, guys. So yeah, Notepad or command also, guys, you can use, but I will not personally recommend because it takes a lot of time. But yeah, we will also see something about like maybe tomorrow I will just show you with Notepad and command, but that's just for the knowledge purpose. But yeah, to be honest, for coding purpose, it's better to use some ID. If you are guys still so let us suppose if you are already having some Java 8 or something, that's fine. Maybe you can just go with Java 8 also. That's okay because but like Java 8 have a lot of features. But yeah, if you want to use Java 8 feature, then you need Java 11. But yeah, if you have lower version than Java 8, then it's better to install Java 11. Okay, so guys, let's move on to the next phase. Let's start with the coding part. I think we have spent a lot of time on these three things, but these are also very important part. I'm not sure if we have covered. Yeah, okay, robust and all, we have covered all these things. Okay, so we are good, guys. Okay, so I will just show you. So guys, so this is Eclipse. Okay, so what you have to do, right? Once you install Eclipse, you can just go to file, and then you can just go to new, and then you can just say Java project. Okay, I will create say one more project again. Maybe like I will just close this project, or okay, maybe we just create or we'll just use this project. Or say okay, we'll just create a new project. And let us suppose let's rename it as say Java Day 1, right? It's using Java 1.8, that's also fine. And we just click say on finish, right? So this is a new project which we have created. So it's very easy to create a project in Eclipse. You just need to go new and then done, right? And in new project, you will see this src folder where you will be keeping all of your Java files. Okay. So what you will do here? So whenever you want to add any new Java file here, you just right click and you can say new. And what type of file you want to add? So guys, Java, right? Java is a object-oriented language. We have everything in terms of classes in Java. Like whenever you want to start coding in Java, you need a class. And it's a high-level language. Like we have a lot of features, a lot of things in Java. And I would say, guys, like there are a lot of development, a lot of evolution which is happening in the field of say machine learning and data science. But Java is a big player when it comes to enterprise applications or the companies which are currently working. We'll see a lot of like companies are recruiting only just based on if you have Java skills or if you know OOPS concepts, or because the big large scale applications are in Java only. Okay, so we'll just go for classes. So you just need to go new and you class, and let us suppose we are saying first program. We're just naming it as a first program. So this is the name of this class, and this will be the name of your file also, right? Okay. And then we'll just click finish. So you can see, right, it's created a class for us, which is the first program, and it's a public class and all. So we'll see what is this public and all means. I think for now we can just skip that part. And guys, so in Java program, right, we have a main method. So whatever we want to do coding, we just do it in a main. So we can just say main control space. It gives us this main method. So what you can do, like if you want to, this is a feature of ID. You can just say main, and then you can say control space, and it writes the complete main method for you. Right? So this is a control space. You just say main and then you just say control space. right? And it will show you. Okay. Okay, like in the like so, whenever a Java program starts, right, it starts with the main method, right? So I think we can just add a comment for now. And that's fine. Like comments will see what are all these comments. Execution starts from main method. So you can return any other methods and whatever you write in this class, it doesn't matter. Your execution will start from the first line, which is in the main. You can just increase the font size. Okay, so this will be the. Is it good now? Font size, guys. Or maybe we'll just close this, or we just slide down this, and we don't need much on package side, so we'll just slide it also. Is it better now? Okay. I think this should be fine. Okay, guys. So whatever we write in a main function. And if you see here, right, it's having few already keywords. What is something is public, static, void, main, string args. So maybe I'll just give you an idea about what all these things means. Right. Right. So public is a public means right. Public means public. So guys, whenever you are executing your program, right, this will be executed from externally by your Jvm, right? So it needs the access of this main method. So this is public means public is access specifier. And that's why these are called as public. So I will explain you the other keywords also. Like when we go say for encapsulation, there are keywords like private, default, and all. So we'll see that in detail. For now, you can see public means access specifier, which means you will be able to access this. So like if we don't mark it public, the JVM will not be able to execute your code. Okay. Then there is next keyword which is coming, which is static. Guys, static keywords means in Java that we can access this without creating the object. So without creating the object of a class, we will see in detail what are classes and object means. I'm just giving you just a basic idea about what is this public static void mean, but we'll see all this in detail. So we can access this without creating the objects of this class. Void we know, right? I think if you have coded earlier, it's mean nothing. Like we are not this method, this function is not returning anything, right? Or main we know it's a main function. It's a name of the main method, right? And we have this something like string. What is this? This is some way of writing a array in Java, right? So it's taking some arguments which can be passed from command line, right? Array, or we can just say array in Java of string, which can be passed from command line. I think this is good for knowing the main method. I know, like if you see here, like you will think like this is not that complex, guys. If you don't understand much about these keywords, you can keep it on hold for now. Just understand that we have a main method and our program will start from main method. Our execution will start from main method. That should be good. Like if you are, don't get confused with all these keywords. Like when you go more into Java, it will be very easy for you to understand. Okay guys, so now some things come in like what we do inside main. Like, okay, so I'll explain you the identifiers in Java. Right? Yeah. So I'll just show you what are the way of identifiers in Java. What are the rules for identifiers in Java? So guys, any language, right? So you have seen, right, what are variables? We defined identifiers, so we call them as variables also. Like we can just say which can vary or hold any value, right? And we also have a data type, right? This is used to define the type of a variable. we always have some rules for variables, guys. We'll always see some rules to define a variable. And it can vary from language to language. Some language have different rules and few language have different rules how to define a variable. Right? Okay. So we'll just see what are the rules for a variable. Okay, before rules, I will just explain you one more term is literals. These are the constant values. Constant value. Oh, there is sometimes. Just delete this. Let's delete this. Okay. Constant value, which cannot be changed. So I will explain you with examples also what is constant and all. And guys, this I will not give you a book definition and all completely. These are things which using which you can understand. Okay. And now it comes to what are the rules for variables. Rules for variable. Yeah. So what are the rules we have for variables is in Java it cannot start with number. It should contains character, right? It should contains character, and in special character we can only have in special characters it allows underscore or dollar, right? So it allows these two types of special characters. This is underscore or this is dollar, right? These two types of special characters are allowed in when we are defining a variable. It cannot start with number, but it can contain number. It can contain number. Can contain number, but not at start. Okay, so we'll just see that these are the rules which are applicable for when we are defining a variable in Java. Okay, so I will be giving you now the access code for today's session. Okay, so I'm just giving you the access code for today's session. Just hold on, and the link will be closed, right, guys? So the link for the attendance will be closed in 10 minutes. So just mark your attendance, and then we'll continue the session. Because we don't want the people to come at last minute and mark their attendance, so that's why I'll just give you the access code for today's class. So just mark your attendance, guys. I'll just maybe insert here. I will just insert a same section attendance. And the access code will be 12248. And guys, link you can just find it. So just mark your attendance, guys. Link I will just share again with you guys if you don't have it. Otherwise, it should be in the comment section. So I'll just share again. And guys, I think we are we have more than 150 people who are watching. So guys, we expect you guys to, like, if you're learning something new or if you're enjoying the session, guys, also hit the like button and just subscribe so you don't miss out like the further sessions whatever is conducted. I think link is shared, guys. It will be in the description also, the link for attendance. And we'll continue the session after the. We'll continue the session in 2 minutes. Like, just mark your attendance quickly in 2 minutes, and then. And don't share the link with others, guys. So, like, people who are attending, they only should attend. And guys, you can just share the course and the videos with their friends, but don't share the attendance links only. Okay, so I'll just wait for you guys to complete the attendance and we'll continue with the session. You just have to fill the form and you will have to put this access code there. I will close this form in 5 minutes, so just mark your attendance quickly. Now just try again. I think it's working for others, so it should work for everyone. This video would be available, guys. Okay, guys, so let's continue with the variables and like how we define variables, and let's discuss that part now. Okay, so I think most of you are done, so that's good. We'll just people who are not being able to open, I will open for them maybe in some time. Just keep the access code with you guys because I will not share the access code again. Just put this access code. In the access code, you have to put 12248. And don't share the access code on group and all. Yes. And guys, I think we have more than 150 students, so like at least like for the community, at least we can just hit the like button and also guys subscribe so you can just get the like notification for the future sessions and all also. Right? There are only like 39 people who have hit the like button, so I expect at all of you at least to hit the like button. Like, people who are attending the sessions. Okay, so we'll continue like how the variables and all we define in the Python. Okay, sorry, in Java. Yeah, so identifiers we understood, right? We have some rules to define identifier. Let us suppose if yeah. So now it comes to data types also. So we mentioned two things, right? One is variables, the other thing is data types, and the third thing is the literals. Okay, so we'll see how all these things are different, right? So in Java, right, we have a different data types. It's around 8 data types that we'll discuss. So we have a byte, right? So this is a data type, right? This is a data type one, we say, which is a byte, and the size of the byte is 1 byte. So it can hold the data till 1 byte only. It's like a 8 bits of data, right? And then we'll say byte, and we can define a value. So it will be hold a number values only, integer values, but it will be hold up to 1 byte. Okay, so we'll just say, okay, we can define like something like byte equal to say 12. Like this, we can define a variable, right? And we always have to follow these rules. Like if we're defining a, that's fine because it's character and it's not contain any number at the starting, or it's not containing any special character. Let us suppose if I try to define the byte, say something like this, say byte 1a, right? If I try to define byte a 1a like this, you can see, right, we are seeing some red line here, right? It's showing us some red line here. And what does it mean? Like what does this red line means here, right? This means that some error is there, right? In Eclipse, it will show you this yellow bubble and it will show you red line also. So now here, if you see syntax error, delete this token. I think it's syntax here, duplicate local variable or something like that. So it's not being able to identify this as a variable or identifier. So what we need to do here, because it's not allowed one as a number here, so we need to remove this one, or we can have, if we want, we can this. So this will be a valid variable. So I think we'll just give you example of say some valid or invalid variables name. Okay, so let us suppose valid variable name. So if I'm defining say a1, this will be a valid variable name. If I'm defining say $a, it will be also a valid variable name. If I'm saying defining underscore a, this is also a valid variable name. And if I am saying defining a at the rate, will this be a valid variable? No, right? Because in special characters we allowed only underscore and $. So here we can have say a2 or like this. This will work. But if I talk about say invalid variable names, when we talk about invalid variable name, right? So let us suppose, I'll just read this, right? Yeah. So when we talk about invalid variable name, so let us suppose if I'm defining say at the rate a, this will be an invalid variable name. This will might be used like we are using it for documentation and other purpose, but this is not a identifier thing, right? It's used for annotation and other purpose, but that's a different area, right? And similarly, if I am saying defining say plus a, this is also not valid. Or if I am say 2a, these are also not valid variable name. And if you use say some other characters like something like hash a, these are also not valid. So these are also invalid variable names. So all this you can think of it a valid or invalid variable names we have in Java. Okay, now I will just cover quickly what are the different data types we have, and then we'll do some different operations maybe tomorrow, because if we are running out of time, we'll do some operations tomorrow. We will just move it out of the function. Right? So these are valid and invalid names. So guys, byte is a data type which hold the only 1 byte. The second data type which we have in Java, and guys in Java, like the size of the data type will be same across different OS or anything, right? Because Java, like it's follow Java standards. Like in C, it's like int is of some different size in different machine, and all these things is there. But for Java, it would be the same thing everywhere. It will not be different. Yeah. Okay, so and this what it will be? We have data type second, which is short, which will be of 2 bytes. So if we want to hold some larger value which we can shift like fit in 2 bytes, we can just define it as short. So this you can just say short variable. Something like this. You can define a short data type in Java. Similarly, the next things which comes in, right, and this can hold a value till 2 bytes. The next data type which comes in is int. Sorry, this will be a short size of 2 bytes. This will be an int, right? And int size is of, so int is of 4 bytes in Java, right? So I think I will not define much now, just give you all the data types which we have. So this is int. After this, we also have float. This, right? Sorry, let's go with long. Long is also of 8 bytes if you want to hold a bit larger value. Then float is also of 4 bytes, and then it's come double. Double is of 8 bytes. And we also have boolean. So these all are, right? This, like all these 4 data types, right? They will hold integer values, like number value, right? So data type 1 to 4 will hold number values. So these are all numeric types, right? Like 1, 2, like this. All these data types will hold numeric values. These data type, right, from 5 to 6, which we have defined here, they will hold what they will hold. They will hold a decimal values. There's some difference in terms of precision and all, but yeah, they will hold, like if you are small values, they will hold values like this, whatever the value which have decimal or precision in it. So they will hold these such values. Yeah. So okay. 1 second, guys. I'll just. I think I'm just closing the attendance part. Just give me a second. One second, guys. I'll just stop collecting the responses. Or maybe like if people, I think all of you have failed. Like if someone failed after 7:50, it will not be counted. People might come late and they just come for attendance, so it will not be counted now. Because I think people who are attending, they have already submitted their attendance. Okay, guys. I think we'll continue. Like I think that's a cutoff. Like now, the attendance will not be counted if anyone submit also. Yeah, guys. So this is the different data types we have in Java, and the other data types we have is Boolean, which can hold values true or false. So we use generally it with the if else and all these conditions. So I think this part is clear to all of you guys. Okay, so but we know all these data types and all, but we have not written a first program. Okay, let's do our first program now. So let's do a hello world program. So you understood, right, all of these data types. Let's do a say hello world program. What it will do. So we just need to rename it to some other thing, right? We should not have same, like we cannot have it. There's some mistake which is there. We just rename this to say hello world. We're naming it say hello world class, right? And again we'll have say main method here. And in the main method what we do system dot. So guys, when you do say sysout, once you write sysout in IntelliJ, you click, right, it will give you the system.out.println to print anything in Java. So we use system.out.println in Java to print anything. And here we can just say hello world. We can print this. If we say what is system, system is a class, out is a variable in the system class of print stream type. So print stream is also a class and out is a variable of that class. And println is a method in the print stream class. So if you want to go in, like if you want to try to understand what is system.out.println. Okay, and how to execute this program, right? You can just go into run and then click run, and you can just see the shortcut also there. Okay, we should save all the programs and all. And here in the console, right, you can see the output. If I need to zoom this, or I think this should be visible. You can just see the output here. Yeah, guys. Okay, so I think this is how we can write output in a program. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll write a program say to some, like let's see some operators, arithmetic operators, a basic program, like at least we can do some additions, multiplication, other things in the when it comes to code, right? Let's do a program of some two numbers in Java, right? So we'll just go with say new class. Just create a new class. Or we'll just say addition. Or we'll say numbers. We'll just want to play around numbers in this class. Let's do number. Okay, we'll just define say main method here. And when we say, and this now. Someone is saying out, what is out, right? So guys, out is a variable, right? It's a variable which is an object of a print sim class. So it's something like defined here. But we'll see like how we defined instance variables. But yeah, this is an instance variable only. Yeah. Okay, so when we take about number, say we can define say integer if I say int a equal to 2 and int b equal to say 3. This is how we can assign the values, right? And it's showing us something. It's not used. That's I think this is something you can ignore. Okay, and then if you want to say addition of these numbers, we can just say int result equal to a plus b, and then we can just use sysout, right? And we can print the result. We can just pass the result here, right? And this is a program which we have written. But yeah, variables we have defined because in Java it's a bit complex to take inputs. But yeah, we'll learn it in some later sessions. But yeah, we have defined two numbers and it will just print the sum of these two numbers. So we'll see more programs in further sessions. But yeah, I think for now let's do some simple programs. And once we run this, it will show us the output, right? We can just see on the console, it's showing us the sum as 5, right? Okay, and now like similarly, we can do addition also, right? Or here it should be also sum, it should be subtraction like this we can define, right? Similarly for multiplication we use star, and here it will be multiplication, right? So these are the arithmetic operators that which we use. Similarly, we say division, right? And we use division operator here. Right? Yeah. So these are the different arithmetic operation which we can do. Okay, yeah. So someone is asking like what is the difference between print or println? I'll just explain it. Okay, so let's execute this program. We go to run and then execute. We just save it. And you can see, right, we are getting all the results. Okay, let us suppose if we just replace this print with println with print, right? What happens? You can see everything comes in one line. So println, ln means new line. And when we just say print, it means it will just print, but it will not add any new lines. And this is all console, right? Whatever the output whatever programs you run it, the output comes in console. Okay. Okay guys, so I think okay, so this is how we can do say like something like a kind of a calculator in Java. So guys, you will be having an assignment for today, which will be uploading, like I will be sharing the link for you, like link with you for doing the for the assignment part. And guys, when it comes to float, right? So like this is something which we have done with numbers. Similar things you can do with float also. So maybe we'll just share the, so you can just have the float numbers also. So I think we'll cover maybe float maybe tomorrow. Okay, so if we want to use say float for division. Okay, so let us suppose if we have value which are not completely divisible like 20 by 3. And then let's run this program, what's the output? So if you see here, when we say 20 by 3, what will the 20 by 3? It will be some decimal number, right? So if we do 20 by 3, what will the value? It will come 6.6, right, like this, right? But here it's showing 6 only. So what happened here, right? Because you are assigning it to an int variable, it will just truncate whatever is the decimal part and it will be assigned. So maybe tomorrow I will also show you that how you can convert from one data type to other data types. Okay guys, so I think like, and we'll have one assignment for today. I'll just, like that assignment will be uploading and Google Classroom code I will be just sharing with you guys. So just hold on, we'll just share the Google Classroom code for you guys. Guys, I think we on like guys, don't like we post links on the Telegram channel, but I suggest you guys to subscribe so like you get all the notification, and like this is the also a way that you can contribute to the community, because also now you are a part of NES for Code community. So we want you guys to also share with your friends so they can also get benefit, right? Share with everyone so everyone can learn, right? We should not like, knowledge is something we should always share, right? So go ahead and share with your friends, right? So they also get the benefit. Yeah guys, so I'll just share the uh, Google Classroom thing with you. So I'm just sharing the like the Google Classroom with you, and assignments will share like on Telegram and also. But yeah, you have to upload it on the Google Classroom. So you can use the Google Classroom code to upload the assignments to join the class. Or if anyone is, and if you are like, it's not necessary like you can upload it in .java file also. And if you are say coding it in some online tool, right? So you can just put the link also there. Like if you are doing it in like repl.it also, you can just put your link there, but just make sure that it's accessible, right? So these are the two ways, like you can either code it in repl.it or you can just upload the files, and I will be sharing the code with you guys. So this is a classroom code. One second, I will just share the browser with you. So yeah guys, if you have any doubts you can just put it in the live chat, like whatever we have covered. And now I will take your doubts. So if you have any doubts, just put it on the chat box. And later on also, like if you have doubts, you can just put it on the, like we'll just share the Facebook group link with you. Like I'm not much active on Telegram. So it's better like if you, like we'll create a thread for each assignment on the Facebook group, and then you can just put in there. And guys, like if you're not a part of Telegram channel, like I recommend you to like join the Telegram channel, because WhatsApp groups are very difficult, right? It's very difficult to like post things there, and because we have a lot of groups and our admins face issues to post there. So I will recommend you to join the Telegram channel. One second, I'll just show you that. I think online compiler you can use repl.it. It's good. It's good for like to use. Yeah, so I'll just sharing the Google code with you guys. And attendance will be considered only for the people who have filled till 7:55. After this, anyone if have filled the form, the attendance will not be counted. Can you guys see the Google Classroom code? Yeah, guys. So you can just take this code and join the Google Classroom. If anyone is new, like Google Classroom, maybe I will just explain tomorrow, like how you can join Google Classroom. And guys, like if you have any doubts about the course and all, you can ask, and you can ask our people like who, like our coordinators at Telegram or WhatsApp also. If you have any technical doubts, it's better you put it on Google Classroom or Facebook group, because I am not like much available on Telegram or WhatsApp groups. Telegram group name you can just, it's guys, you can just next for code you can just put in there. People are increasing just for attendance, guys, but I think attendance, like our team will consider attendance till 7:55, so even I cannot do anything. Like attend, and there will be one assignment also, guys, and you have to submit the assignment on timely basis. Today's assignment you can submit till tomorrow because float and all will cover tomorrow. But yeah, today's assignment will be shared by tonight. So if you can try it out, and then we'll discuss some solution of that tomorrow. You can just search Nest4 code and all in the classroom. Like, okay, I think someone is asking how to create a new project. I'll just show you guys. Google Classroom is a very good tool, guys. I think you should use it. Yeah, so I think to create a new project, guys, you just have to start with your Eclipse. Right? You have to just go in file, you have to go in new, and then you have to go to Java project, right? And once you click on the Java project, right? You just need to click on the Java project, and then you have to give the Java project name. You can just give anything like Nest4 code, Java, something like this, anything you can give. And then you can just click on next. The project is done. Once the project is done, you can just go to SRC, then you can just go new, and if it's not visible, guys, I'll just zoom it maybe this part. And then here you just need to go in SRC new, and then you can just create a new file, new class here. Okay, so I think like we'll end the session now. Like if you have any doubts, you can just post it on the chat box. And we'll meet tomorrow at the same time, and then we'll see more about like float variables, and we'll do more programs around numbers, variables. Okay, guys, so assignment is not uploaded yet. Assignment will be shared, guys. Like the link will be shared. To run the program, you just have to go to run and then click run, and your program will be executed. I think there is no program here, but yeah. You can just select the program, then go to run and then run. It will execute your program. Like if there was nothing code here, you can just go to run and see this was a hello world program, so it's printing hello world. So this is how you can just run the program. Yeah, Eclipse and the Java 11 links, we'll just add it in the same, like I will ask people to add it in the same description of the same video, we'll just get it. And also today's notes and all these things will also be shared. Like whatever the program we have done, this also be shared. And whatever the notes we have, this also be shared. Okay guys, so maybe I think if you have not subscribed, at least subscribe to our channel and also hit the like button. I can see there's 143 people who are watching, but only 81 is hit the like button. So I think like to mark your attendance also, at least you should hit the like button.